Hello stampers and crafters, this is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. I hope you're having a great Thursday, because it is Throw the Dice Thursday. And I have to say, I am really a little worried that I may have gotten the dice mixed up a little bit. I had a friend who came in and sat at my crafting table, and she flipped over the embossing one. So I thought I remembered about embossing, but I didn't know for sure. But these are the colors we're going to go with. I think I did everything but the birthday. So again, these give you lots of ideas. I think I picked about these out, and we just went with it. My punches also include my die cuts. So we're going to get started without further ado. So this is our first card that we are going to create today. So it opens, and then we have another opening on the inside. Now this just frames this beautiful scenery, and I just really liked it. I used all the colors that we have, the Secret Sea and the Timid Tiger. So those I used also with the 2005, 2027 in flat pearls. So I have those. I also used the exposed brick, some of the covered cloud faux linen ribbon, beautiful to work with. The wonderful thoughts are on the inside, where it just has thinking of you. If you don't have this, then this cloud cover ink pad, then you can always use a marker to ink it up. The other thing that you can also do is use a different cover. This is the beautiful Gallery 6x6 Designer Series paper. Love it. The second card we're making with these beautiful flowers, but you just go through here and find mountain scenery and farm scenery and lake scenery and boat scenery, and it's just so incredibly awesome. So you got to give this a try. So I changed the colors just a little bit. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to talk about is the textured notes. On the textured notes, I use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from the top as the opening here. So that's what I used. Now this is where the exposed, what is it called now? I just went brain dead. The exposed brick, I think that's what it is, the exposed brick. I just did it on both sides, ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let me see, oh yeah, the exposed brick 3D. All right, so that's what I used on this, and I cut the exact same thing out on the other one. So I'm going to leave that over by the side, and I'm going to open this up. For the most part, this is pretty easy to put together. So all the dimensions are on my blog, so please go to www.ktstamps.com, and that's where you're going to find everything. So the first thing we're going to do is just open up the center and stamp. And when we do that, we want to make sure that the fold or the score line is to the right side. And that's all we're going to do with stamping. That was easy, huh? And no, I do not know why I didn't do that before. And then we are just going to put the, let me get out the designer series paper. We are just going to put that on the inside of the card. So this gives you a big area you can write in. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is cut off the extra right here. And just get out my embossing eraser and erase some of the tape that I got on the top part. And then we are going to put the opening in the crease of this outside piece, layer piece. Okay, so how we're going to do that is that we're just going to lay that on the inside. We're going to open this up, and all we're going to do is add some tape to this. And then we're just going to let it be. So now we have this part and we open. And you know, I'm just going to leave the top part showing. Then from here, we are just going to take this, and I feel like I have done. We're just going to take the inside and we're just going to take the piece and put it, match it up. Oh, my love of this tape. Okay. And one more time. And I'm just going to glue this because it tore at the top. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of glue and hold it down. And then we are going to put this on the inside. There we go. And before we do anything, we are going to take our alcohol and our Wink Stella, and we're going to spray the flowers, and then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to spray the outside. So it's just really sparkling is what I hope. And this on the outside really sparkles. All right, so we have a lot of it done. I should cut off this top, but you know, I am just not going to do that. I am going to take a piece of the ribbon, put it right on the side, and I'm going to do a square knot. And I'm going to do left over right, and then right over left. And that should give me a good, nope. You know, I think I like this though. Let me see. There you go. I'm just gonna do, we're just gonna do with it. Now this outside piece is the Secret C. The gallery has both Secret C and cloud cover. So we have the first part made, but I did a big boo-boo and I forgot to add the tape. Sometimes when you hold it like a pencil, it works a little bit better. Okay, sometimes it doesn't. So I am, because it is on the embossed piece, I'm just going to go ahead and add some glue. And now I'm just going to put this on a piece of 5.5 by 4 1/4. There we go. And then this is what our card looks like so far. Now we are going to add our flat. I'm trying to decide. So we'll add some of these. And then I'm going to just add a small one, I think, down over here. There we go. I don't know if you, there's the sparkle. So that's what we're doing. That's our first card. So there they both are. This one has some shine, but you can't see the shine as much as you did on the other one. So those are our two. This is a better square knot than the other one, but that's okay. Thinking of you could also be a little birthday, but those are our first fun folds. So now the second card looks like this. And I was feeling a little blue yesterday, so I said, I want to go ahead and choose to be happy. So that's where my choose happy comes from. I use the Shamrock, and that's going to be for the base of the flowers. And the base of the flowers is from the Pretty Florals. And I used, oh, it's already on the other, let me find the stamp. It's already on this stamp. And then I two-step stamped with these two. So they're like the little daisies that I have. So I stamped off in Strawberry Slush, and then I stamped Full Power in Strawberry Slush, and then I added Strawberry Slush in the middle of the flowers. So that's how I did that. Then I just stamped Choose Happy, which are right here. Put it right on one another, stamped it down, and this is done in Petunia Pop. The front, you can't see very much. Oh no, you can't see. But like right in here, there's some texture. And it's all across this. And the texture came from the Plaster Painting 3D. And we're going to use that today. All right, so let's get ourselves started. So I already made the cut on the card. The only thing that I did not do is follow through just on the top. So with this, I cut, and I'm gonna guess, but please, I don't know for sure. I think I cut down 1 1/4 inch. And that's what I cut this off of, and that gives me the little bit of like a gate opening. You can save this for another project. I'm going to save that. I have this piece of paper that I am using as the bottom so I can line all my designer series paper on. And I'm just going to take this, bring this back in. I'm going to put this bottom DSP on the bottom of the inside. Check the sides, see how much I need to cut off, just a little bit. All right, so our inside is ready to be. So from here, all I did is that I have 2 colors that are the same. And so I just turned them over just a little bit. Now I put all of this on with repositional tape. I went with flowers and then the back side of the design, and then back again with flowers and the back end of the design. They don't have to be, you can line them up any way you want. All right, so my repositional tape looks like this. And all I'm going to do is start off with the first and the last, put just a little bit of tape on it because I'm hoping that I can start this without a lot of issues. And then if I need to move them, I can. Wow. There, whoops. That one I didn't cut very well. All right, so now we're just going to position all the rest and see how they go. So we'll see how I do by this last one. think I did okay. There we go. So that's how I did everything. Now, I chose to be very lazy, and I started with the top. And all I did was pull it back until I reached where I added the dotto tape. Some you can pull back a little bit further. Some you can't pull back very much at all. So this is all I'm doing. This is what I'm talking about as a little bit lazy. You don't want to fold it, you just want to pull it back. And then you got it. We did the bottom. This one you can pull back just a little bit more. Come on, baby. And that's why it's good to have the silicone pad underneath, because the silicone pad, even though you put tape on here, it won't stick. And that's how easy it was to do this first part. The cats come up here and sit, so I have cat hair all over the place. So now that's what I have. Now I'm going to bring in the plaster and my big shot, well, I lie, and my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I'm going to add my platform number 1, then my embossing folder, and then my number 4 top. And that's all I'm going to add. And now I'm just going to run it through nice and easy. And there's lots to it. You can really see it on the back side. But I have this. Now I have to cut a circle, so I'm going to bring in my number 2 and my number 3 place, but they don't have any numbers on the top. So I'm going to bring this back. I think I'm going to do it this way. And then I am using, I'm sorry, these are the stylish shapes, and I think I used number 4 from the top. Let's see. Yep, I used number 4 from the outside. And I tried to go, let me move this out of the way. I tried to go about halfway down. Let me go over just a little bit more. There we go. And place this in nice and gently. Yes, if you, I'm really sorry about this, but I gotta, and I probably should have cut first because I flattened some of this out, but there gives me the nice little hole. It's a little more than a half that we have. But it looks, this card, my favorite thing about this card is that it just looks like there's lots and lots and lots of work to do, but there's not that much work to do on the card. Now I have to find my little thing again. And then what I want to do is that I'm going to bring this up just a little bit higher this time. And I'm going to add a glue dot on the back. Make sure that when you are using this ribbon, you put the glue dot on the same side. Who knows who has done something like this before? You just kind of, oops, forget, and there you go. Wouldn't be me. And then we're just bringing that back around. Okay, so this is what this looks like. Let me bring it down just a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab my ribbon and we're just gonna make a nice little bow. I like just a little knot. And then we're gonna cut this. Sorry about keeping you out of the picture frame. We're done with that, and we are just going to take our small little scissors, shears, and we're just going to put this down over here so it just lays flat. So that's what we have here. So now from here, we're gonna get everything ready. But before we do that, I forgot to, that's why it was so easy this time. Let me see, most of the time, I usually do both at the same time, but this time I forgot. All right, let's bring it back in. I knew I was missing something, but I thought, oh my God, I have to remember to do my one, two, three, four, to do my ribbon, because I forgot to do that when I was practicing. Okay, so hold on just a minute. Okay, I think this will do. So we're bringing this back in to cut it again after I made the oops mistake. I didn't want to run it all the way through because I already had. Here's my little piece. Put this back in my stylish shapes. Get this out of the way. And I forgot to tell you that designer series paper that I used is called Florals in Bloom. And that's what I used for this. And it's just beautiful paper with a whole bunch of flowers and designs on the back. And oh my God, it's just beautiful paper. I really, really like the paper a lot. Okay. So I don't know if I can do this very well, or maybe I may just leave it like this. Yeah, my fault for not putting it together at the same time. So it's just going to be an ups. All right, so now we are just going to take our liquid glue. Make sure that when you guys do this, that you glue this down after you add the ribbon, and then you cut it. Okay. Now I got a little bit of glue all over the place. Where is my... Oh boy. It's been one of those days, guys. One of those days. All right. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm just going to make a little loop-de-loo. There we go. I want to come down just a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to there we go, of course. Get a little dot down at the bottom. Okay. That's not bad at all. Okay, hold on a minute because I can't find my... There we go. All right, so here we go. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so now we're taking our flowers and we're putting our flowers in the little spots. So I put the big one on top, the medium one on the right, and the small one on the left. So that's what I did with that. And then, ta-da, we're going to get out our strawberries, strawberry slushes, and we are going to put this down at the bottom, or we're going to put this right here on these. There we go. There we go. And you know, I think I am just going to grab some wink of Stella and just give it a little coloring. Sparkle. So we got the sparkle. And I'm going to do the same with this. And my phone is telling me right now we are running out of battery. So I got to finish myself up. So that is the card for this week, or cards for this week. That's what this one looks like. I really like them. I like the different of the fun fold. And they're just a fun card to give somebody. So that'll be nice for you to do something like that for somebody in your life. Yeah. So we're going to get ready to throw the dice for 2 weeks from now. And see, this is what happens when you cut it all at once. It looks much, much better. So here's this. Here's this. This is what we did today. So now we're going to bring out the dice and we're going to find out what do we get to create in a couple of weeks. Oh, congrats. It's going to be neutral colors, a fun fold, punches, blending, and congrats. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being with me today. Give me a like on Facebook. I need some likes. Yes, I'm crying. And I'd love you to follow me on Facebook. And if there's anything you need, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here today, you guys. I really appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye.